Hey people, welcome back to the channel again. What I have here is a Fujitsu LifeBook S752. This came in, everything works fine apart from the fact that it's got a BIOS password. The minute you turn it on, it's prompting with a password basically. The customer can't remember because they haven't used it for a while. So once I've stripped the unit apart, first thing I notice is that there is two BIOS IC on it basically. They both have different markings on them and they're both two different IC as well. Okay, so the top here, that says AN, and that's a Winbond 25Q32 BVIS. That's that one. And the one here is a AP. Again, it's a Winbond. It's got a marking. It says AP. And that's a Winbond 25Q80 BVIS basically. So those are the two BIOS IC here. That's a 4 megabyte one, and that's a 1 megabyte one basically. When I say one, as if like that contains 4 megabyte binary file, and this contains, the AP contains 1 megabyte binary file basically. Okay, so my first attempt was to sort of reflash this BIOS with a good known BIOS basically, and sadly that hasn't done any good whatsoever. In fact, the system failed to post basically. Okay, the BIOS that was downloaded from Fujitsu website, these are encrypted. I've tried BIOS from other sources. It hasn't resolved the problem, unfortunately. Okay, so then I moved on to this. Now sadly there's no schematic diagrams, there's nothing available basically. Okay, so I moved on to this, and wow, what a little achievement after all this messing around. Because the problem I have is that once I start something, I'm not going to sort of throw my towel in that quickly. I don't have the tendency of doing that. So maybe it might take me quite a bit of time, but the way I see it is you live and learn. If I quit, that's it. I understand that it's not worth my time and blah blah, but how do you resolve an issue like this? It's by doing the work that needs to be done, troubleshoot it, find a resolution, and that's how you learn things basically. Anyway, let me not waffle on about how learning and this and that basically. So as I said, let me move on to the screen capture, and should be okay. So as you can see here, that's the one that, as I said before, is the marking AN, which contains the 4 megabyte binary file, and the one that contains the password is the one that's here. That's the 1 megabyte, which is the AP BIOS. So if you've got a password, what you need to do, a BIOS password, what you need to do is remove the one that's marking with the AP, which is a Winbond 25Q80 BVIS IC, and get your programmer, make a backup, read and make a backup of the existing file, the original file, make a couple of backup of it, leave it, then utilize this file here, the 1 megabyte, and flash your IC with that, with the appropriate flasher that you have. Put everything back together, and that should resolve the problem basically. So the other thing, some of you may ask questions, where did I download this from? I'll quickly show you. This is the site where I've downloaded basically the file. That's the site. All right, so that's that. Look through the internet and you'll find many websites that's got the file, but you need something like this basically in this formation. So you've got 1 megabyte and you've got the LifeBook thingy basically, main BIOS file. Now when you look here, I downloaded these. Those are the files I've downloaded, and they're working files, so I will label them as working. But this is what I've downloaded from the manufacturer's website, which is an absolute utter fuck basically. Yeah. Now this is where I've made a backup of all these, the original files. These are the original files, as you can see. Yep. Okay. So what I'm going to do is all of that shit is getting deleted. Access is denied. That's probably because I've got a file somewhere opened up basically, so let's not worry about that. Okay, yeah, the hex editor basically, I've got it opened up here. There you go, that's the one. So let me close that, and that should allow me to delete this. Yeah, because I was comparing the BIOS files and everything basically just to see what's going on here. And as I said, we live and learn, don't we, basically. So these are the original files. That one also, as I repeat, is an original file, but that's from the IC that was, as I mentioned, is the Winbond 25Q80 BVIS, and that's the Winbond 32 or 25Q32 BVIS basically. Right, so that's that. The manufacturer's just making things more complicated basically. So I'm going to write this down. These are the working. Alright, and I am going to throw that inside this and then copy that onto my collection basically. So that's that really. Let me move this over. Yeah, so that's that. If you're struggling with a BIOS password, all you got to do is forget the rest. Just go for this one. Take this out, make a backup of it, and then flash it with the 1 megabyte, and that should resolve the problem. Now, I'm going to prove to you that it is working, not the fact that you don't trust me. Let's find the power lead. Okay, so I've got a light here, but it's not turning on. So let me press the power button. Just hang in there for a sec. And we should see some display. It's not going to. It's going to post as nothing found. Boot. Yep. But whereas before I was getting a password prompt basically on it. So that's how you resolve the issue. Take care. Stay well, and I'll catch up with you on my next video. Bye for now.